Hey, and welcome back to Chasm. First things first, this is going to be completely post-commentary because apparently I fudged up the edit here, having two pieces of footage running simultaneously, which messed up quite a bit of the audio. Fortunately, the video itself is still salvageable, so we're doing post-commentary with some background music, which I still have to figure out later. On one side, that's a good thing, on one side, it's a bad thing. It means I can talk a bit more about the game, as you can see the ending see the end alongside with me once more. On the other side, it's a bit of a bad thing because, well, I've recorded this like probably 2 to 3 weeks ago, if not more. So yeah, I'm a little bit out of the loop, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, I guess I can talk a bit more about the game. So, first things first, thanks for everybody who decided to help me out with little bits of information like, hey, you can check this thing by doing this and all that cool stuff. Anyway, we're going into a boss fight with, I believe it's called the... what's it called again? I'm pretty sure it'll show up later, but I know the name, but I just can't get it out. One of those old-timey doctor thingies. Let me see if I can find it while you guys enjoy the fight. How can I find that? Shaman, I believe. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and it just pops up too. Cool. I did all that research for nothing. Anyway, not gonna lie, I was a bit disappointed that was kind of it. I was under the assumption that indeed was the final boss, but looking at the time left in the video, I guess you guys would have caught on that was not the case by now. And indeed it isn't. There's still a little bit that needs to be done. But anyway, about the game. I mean, it's good, but there's a lot of idle time, and I guess you can say that's my fault. Again, the moment I got an upgrade, I went to check on all the things I wasn't able to check on before, just to be disappointed again. Most of that I did end up cutting out, which again is proof of itself that there was a lot of not aimlessly wandering, but I guess pointlessly wandering. I'm assuming that just having a bit more of an interactive map would have helped. I brought this up on Discord, but a while ago, I can't really put an exact date in it. I played through... what was it called again? I wasn't a Let's Play, so it's not that you should go head back and look to see if you've missed anything. Oh man, Legend of Grimrock 2. Yeah, and you could just open the map, click on a tile, and start writing on the map, so to speak. Which would have been really helpful here, or at least something along those lines that told me, well, you need this or that for that bit of secrecy. But unfortunately, no. And, you know, I kind of wanted to see everything, so started going back. Why did I wait until I had everything? Well, that was something I did to see if I could make the game easier on me. I mean, you'd imagine those secrets would hold stuff that would help me on my quest, I guess. And the sooner you get them, the better, right? The better you get a stronger item, the easier things those are going to get for you. So that's the main reason I decided to backtrack whenever you get an opportunity. Turns out Balloon Boy here didn't actually do what needed to be done. I'm not really sure why I came back here, but it's been a while. It's hard to remember all that stuff, huh? I think I was just a little bit confuddled at what I'm supposed to do, but I do end up figuring it out. It wasn't that long ago since I realized what I needed to do with the pendant, and I just assumed the other path you could take here was what we would be needing for the black thing we just picked up, which I completely forgot the name about. I know, right? Still, keep in mind it has been 2 to 3 weeks since I recorded this. I'm actually recording this after I've already uploaded because somebody pointed out that it was bogus. So again, thanks for that. I do appreciate people telling me about errors that I've made. Seeing how this is the final episode, I think it's only fair that you guys can watch it without having your brain explode by hearing me talk twice, by hearing double music, by hearing double sound effects. So yeah. Anyway, this is where we need to be for the final area, so to speak. So things I know I've missed on was the vents. I'm not entirely sure if it ended up being relevant. Everybody got saved. I'm assuming maybe he just becomes a vendor for meaty goodnesses or something. Which honestly isn't that important. You've got potions and regular food. Health wouldn't have been an issue. So whether or not we had access to meat probably isn't going to change all that much for us. We're about to get ready to get into the final area of the game. Unfortunately, without sound effects because, I done goofed. The reason that I just couldn't re-edit is because, again, this was recorded 2 to 3 weeks ago, probably the same thing as far as this editing went, and I no longer have the original recordings. So it's impossible for me to split things up. Anyway, as we gently float down here, we'll continue talking about the game, I guess. Seems that's a good thing to do. As far as Castlevania goes, it goes really well, and while I'm trying to dodge tentacle brains, yeah, it seems you can take this on a few different matters. I kind of ended up with relying a bit more on that magic stuff than I had originally intended, but what I did find weird is, I guess the upgrades you've got. I mean, you end up getting the wall grab first, right? And that thing kind of became obsolete the moment you've gotten the double jump. So, I don't know. I think one thing this game did lack, next to the lack of a really interactive map, is faster methods of traveling. Yeah, as there is fast travel. But I think it wouldn't have been bad that if it allowed you to... how do I put this? The character's too slow. Let's just call it as it is. Yeah, probably would have been bad if you were allowed to move a little bit quicker between these rooms. Yeah, you had those scrolls of teleportation, but they are expensive. It would have really helped if you didn't have to do that. Basically just allow us to go back to the town at any given moment. The only thing you'd miss out on is that bunch of backtracking I talked about, and that would be not a great thing. Okay, so I'm kind of messing with that. Struggling for words, I guess. What I'm trying to get at is if you were able to go back to town at any given moment, yes, it would make the game a little bit easier. Because once you found a dead end, you didn't have to backtrack and try not to die on the way there. You'd also lose out on experience, which would have been bad for you because, you know, you level up from that. And it would cut back a lot on the backtracking, and that alone would have been really helpful for me, I think. I'm not going to say I've spent more time backtracking than actually exploring, but there was a lot of backtracking. Again, my own fault, I'll admit to that. Now that I know how things work, if I would have done another playthrough, it would have been a lot shorter because I sort of know the pace of the game. Speaking of doing another run through, I'm not going to do it, but I did learn a little bit about what this game meant by randomization. Because yes, this game's level is randomly generated, but what they mean by that, and that is one big ugly worm. So I didn't bother with it, just threw a whole bunch of knives at it. Lava worm. What was I on about again? Yeah. What I mean by randomly generated here is basically the only thing that's actually randomized is the corridors in between the big rooms, in between quotes. So that's probably like rooms that have prisoners in them, or like really big rooms like the one with the had the code in and stuff like that. So yeah, important rooms like the arena, stuff with levers, prisoners, puzzles, etc. Those are presumably always in the same spot. The only thing that differs is the connections between them. So knowing that, did I read this? As my men and I returned to complete a shrine, we found the king was waiting for us. He made me watch as they pushed my workers one by one to seemingly bottomless chasm, saving me for last. They dropped attack forever. At the bottom, the bodies broke my fall. All but 3 of us perished. However, we did not let this shake our faith. We built this final shrine to aid the Lightbringer. Whatever they may be, I have faithfully served the Watchers, and now it is time to join them at last. So yeah, thanks for that one, worker. Really helpful. I was wondering how that got down here. But yeah, so yes, it is randomly generated, but the flow of the game is pretty much always going to be the same. You're going to be going through the same rooms, just the connections between them is going to be different. So that, combined with me having done everything except for that venison quest, which again, somebody really pointed out to me that there was another way to do that, namely by just checking your bestiary and seeing who drops venison. But again, I'm not going to be doing another playthrough of this. I enjoyed it, but I don't see enough replay value in it to do as such. I'm hoping you guys can understand that. Other than that, we are creeping up on the actual end here. Anyway, that's enough about game mechanics, I would assume. As far as story goes, yeah, it's pretty solid, right? I did this to get more map completion. I think it gave me another upgrade, max HP or something. Yeah, max HP. See? I still remember some things. But yeah, I mean, it's a simple story. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, after a while, just moving through the dungeon becomes a little bit of a, let's say, repetitive. I was planning on saying boring, but that's not really the case. The game was anything but boring. Just, you know, after having dredged through the same hall, noticing that you still don't have the correct skill to get through that one treasure chest, you kind of get a little bit annoyed, shall we say. But anyway, you are quite the looker, aren't you? So again, we're just gonna throw some knives at it. Seems to have worked for other things, and it seems to be working for that one too. Yeah, the game is not without its faults, without any means. For instance, there was a crafting system. How many times do you think we've used that? Yep. We got all those golden and iron ingots, and we ended up doing nothing with that. I wonder if that's because of the seed? Before you go yelling, how would a level layout decide whether or not you do any crafting? Well, the idea being, maybe I've just gotten a really good seed providing me with really good weapons and armor that I didn't need the crafting system. For all we know, all the good stuff is locked away behind skills you can't have at that point, and you're kind of stuck crafting stuff that's just marginally better than the stuff you find. In this case, I found stuff that was better than the stuff I could craft. I didn't get everything. Like, for instance, I never bothered with the meteorite or the demon gear. That was mostly because it wasn't any better as the stuff I found. So I can't really say if that's to be to blame, but it could be. Truth be told, the crafting system wasn't huge. I think it was just some weapons and armor, but anyway. It's time to start the final battle against... what's this guy's name again? Sure, let's go with that. So now, yeah, there is a final boss. It's a bit odd they gave us a whole bunch of defense before fighting it. Granted, you only get the one shot with the extra armor, so... you do need to worry about that being a thing. Trying to do your strength potion. You just melee damage will consume. Apparently I did not grab that yet. Not sure why. So yeah, meet the final boss. He's a pretty cool looking thing, and a bit of a weird one too. Especially because the mouth looks like metal more than bone. It's probably the mouth. I got this far. Did I finally decide something? Alright, I decided to go for a more melee attack oriented build and see if I could raise my defenses along with it. Mainly because it was pretty darn clear that my magic wouldn't be that much of a help here, so thought it might have been a good idea to actually go for the attack on the melee rather than the attack on the magic. I'm assuming I'm gonna get one more quote-unquote epiphany where I will be going towards... Finally gonna get the strength potion, yeah. It does a little extra damage, it's not gonna blow you away or anything, but yeah. I think I'm gonna get one more thing changed in the course of this battle. That and I'm guessing a few health items. So yeah, another thing that was a little bit disappointing, the potions. They were fairly expensive, and they weren't really that worthwhile. So we go here from 67 damage to... show me the number... 57. It's 10 extra damage, but that's like what? 20%? It's something, but for something that only lasts 30 seconds. And of course we've all known how wonderful the speed potion was. I can see it all being helpful, but I don't think it would have been a true disaster if those potions lasted a lot longer. Like say 5 minutes or something. At least then you got a reason to use them during boss fights. Now it's just like, hey, here's a 30-second boost, you know, have fun with that. But yeah. Did I finally get... Yeah, there we go. Thought if I could only hit them once, I might as well hit them with something that hurts. So... we went for an extra 6 damage. Even at this point, I still don't fully know how to dodge that lightning, but there goes Xula. Finally defeated, and we stand victorious. Hooray for us. And then you get bonked in the head. Twice. Luckily our good statue buddy comes to our aid and we escape before getting into a boiling hot grave. Safely returned to the city of Carthan. Are you alright? I was resting in the tavern when everything began to shake. So he gave up on his stuff. I rushed out to see what was going on and I was blinded by a bright light. The next thing I knew, you were right here under the statue. Saved! The town is saved! Yay! A wave of lava rushed through the mines and cleared out all of those vile beasts. Well, that and all of your equipment still down there. Your fancy elevators and whatnot. The more incredible is that it left behind enough ore to keep the town prosperous for years to come. Yay! Magnificent work. Your bravery and dedication truly befit a Gildian knight. I'm going to make sure all of Gildia knows of your great deeds here. Now enough talk, it's time to celebrate. Well spoken, Basden. So yeah, we get sent back to where it all started. And there's our happy townsfolk. As we are about to get our head chopped off. Balloon boy in the background there. So yeah, he wasn't actually that useful. Never actually did know. Did he do anything? I don't know. I thought he was gonna allow me to go back here and get blessings from the priest over there, but that was completely wrong. Anyway, we got our fancy little silver medal. It's off to the end game credits. There's still a little bit to go, so we're not quite done here. It's only fair to let the credits roll, right? They've done a good job. Yeah, the game had its flaws, but which one doesn't, right? It's a solid game, not a difficult one either. There wasn't like tons of side tracking. A lot of backtracking, but that's different. Again, it's my own damn fault. As I mentioned before, had I done the second playthrough, it would have gone a lot quicker. But that's not how I roll. I play these things blind, so I can take you along with me when I discover things. And I hope you guys enjoy that more as well. Yes, you won't get perfect gameplay, and yes, you might get frustrated how I get stuck on simple things, but I think it's more entertaining than seeing somebody just blow through the game like it's nothing. Anyway, feel free to make your own claims, be it about this game, be it about the way I play it. Yeah. thinking about what I'm actually going to be putting on here for music. I could probably find the OST for this. Probably the safest thing. Memory of Charles and Elizabeth Petruzzi. The name came up, was it on the writers? For story? Anyway, a little bit more information at the final end there. Earned a civil matter completion time in 9 hours. Rescued everyone, explored pretty much everything. Difficulty normal seat right over there. So yeah, 99.9% explored. I can be happy with that. Yes, it bugs me that it's not 100, but I don't think that final 0.1% is going to have changed things drastically. But anyway, that is going to do it for Chasm. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series as much as I had making it. Feel free to show support by commenting, like, and subscribing if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on whatever it is that I do next. Bye, everyone.